Alright, what's up? What's up? Hey everyone, I'm Gloria Altania.
I'm Betty Bima.
And you're watching 10 out of 10
with the Pabulum Partners.
Yep, and today's countdown is the top 10 dates on ice.
Yes, that's not a good thing. These are bad dates, the worst dates you could ever think of. Okay, so tell me one of your personal experiences where you had to put the date on ice.
Ooh. Okay, so there's been a few bad ones, but I particularly remember one. I met this guy on Facebook online, and he had his pictures up. He was all cute and stuff. So we were messaging back. Well, he had messaged me. I messaged him back, and we were going back and forth, and we planned to meet up finally. And so I was like, okay. I told one of my friends to come with me. We met at the bowling alley. And when he gets there, like, he's shorter than me. And I'm 5'4". So I was just like, dang, I didn't expect that. And that's fine sometimes. But I mean, like, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just roll with it. We ended up having a nice time. And so I told my friend, I was like, okay, you can go ahead and go. We'll just continue. We're gonna go eat. So I go out with him to his car, and he has this old brown beat up Cadillac, right? And I was just like, okay, you can't judge a person by their car. But as we get in, we're driving, and the car kind of goes like, and then he's like, oh, if the car stops, we might have to push. And I'm sitting there like, I am not about to push nobody's car.
Oh my God. So you might have to push.
Yes.
He's trying to test you.
The beginning of how that ended up being one of the worst dates ever. Okay.
Oh.
It probably take me too long to get, but just you get the gist of it, right?
Yeah. Well,
what about you?
I wonder if mine is worse, because before I could even go on a date with this guy, his introduction was that he bought his car for $500.
Was it a good one? No, I'm just kidding.
What? You don't do that. Don't tell people that when they first meet you. That's like lowering the expectation so much,
Yeah.
Unless it was like a gift, or your dad gave it to you or something like that. So he was like, pay something for it. But if you're seriously, and this guy, I had a horrible experience. There's this guy, he was about in his 70s, and he just made me feel a way about myself, because he did this thing to me. I guess is how they flirt nowadays, but he did a shoulder thing like this, and then he winked at me. And I was just like, no, don't do it. But my brother, he's like, you should date people who are 70 and above, because those are the sugar daddies. They have it going on. You don't know. And you close to getting that life policy too. Like, it's not that far from the life insurance and everything. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It depends on their swag. If they Steve Harvey, okay, I could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Steve Harvey 70?
I don't know. I don't know, girl.
On that note, let's jump into number 10. Because
I don't know how old that man is. I'm just saying he older than me. Okay, because I'm about 18. No, I'm just lying. Let's start the countdown. This is getting worse and worse for me. It's like I'm the bad date.
Driving around the city in her spanking clean car, Mariah, a radio DJ, had a thing for cleanliness. She absolutely took pride in being pristine and neat. After a while, Mariah stopped at the store to pick up some snacks. When she started walking toward her car, a young gentleman dressed to the nines approached her. "Hi, how are you? I was wondering if you'd check out my music." "Sure," Mariah answered. He gave her a flash drive. She went home and listened and enjoyed what she heard. So she contacted the artist to let him know her thoughts. Those thoughts turned into a full-blown conversation. The artist gathered the courage to ask her out. She was hesitant, but he promised it would be lighthearted. A few days passed, and Mariah, who was supposed to meet the rapper at the coffee shop, received a call from the rapper to meet him at his house. The rapper was playing video games when she arrived. "Let me just finish this game and we can go," the rapper said. "Okay, that's fine. Can I use your restroom?" Mariah asked. "Yeah, it's right down the hall." As Mariah slowly tiptoed through the house, she was impressed by how clean the rapper appeared to be. She went into the restroom. Closing the door, she took a sigh of relief and walked to the toilet. The lid was down, something Mariah cringed at, but she figured she would live. Yeah, that was until she lifted the toilet lid and a big gruesome log of you-know-what floated on the surface of the bellowing toilet water. "Ah!" Mariah shrieked. She ran out the restroom toward the rapper. "What's wrong?" He jumped up. "There's something disgusting in your toilet," Mariah said. The rapper followed Mariah to the restroom as she pointed towards the porcelain crown. "There!" The rapper opened the toilet. "Oh, snap! I forgot to plunge it. I'll take care of it." As the rapper went to work, the germaphobe Mariah quietly slipped out and never spoke to him again.
Loving yourself is truly important, especially in this day and age. You must be your biggest fan, otherwise who else will if you aren't? Well, I think a guy took this a little too literally. So I met a guy online. He seemed very nice and well put together, maybe a little too put together. But we decided to meet up at a cafe for coffee and to chat. But he began to be a little too chatty. Normally, a nice good flow of a chat means that you're into each other. But it has to be a good back and forth flow. A little from you and a little from me, put together a nice conversation. But this dude literally never stopped talking. And whenever it would be my turn to speak, he would interrupt me to interject his opinion on what I didn't finish saying. I finally had to ask the guy if he wanted to hear anything I had to say. He then apologized for interrupting, and I continued. So here I am telling him all about me, and he pulls out a pen and a notepad and starts taking notes. I disregarded it, but then it kind of got on my nerves. I stopped talking to ask him, "Hey, what are you doing?" He then replied, "Oh, I'm writing down things I want to tell you when it's my turn to talk again." Really, dude? Really? That was our first and last date.
So this was not your experience, correct?
No, this was not my experience. I actually found this one doing some little research here and there. But have you ever been on a date where like a guy just spoke so much, right? And you would tell a little bit about yourself and he'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then he would just continue talking about himself and you're just like, "What I just told you wasn't a good thing," kind of. I was trying to like, release some things about me and you just was like, "Oh, okay, just shoot it off." Like, you're like, "Are you paying attention to me?"
Yeah. Well, it wasn't necessarily a date, but I've been in that situation before, like with in just social circles, friendships and stuff like that, where this particular guy, unfortunately, just talked about himself the entire time. I could not get a word in. There was no discourse at all. So you know what? I just started eating. Right. Okay, you talking. I'm going to finish my meal.
Imagine going on your first date at 19 and your parents are still so very overprotective of you. Yeah, it's endearing and it shows that your parents care. But what about when they take it so far that it's embarrassing? Well, this dating story went viral 2 years ago when Pedro Lugo insisted that he meet his daughter's date through his Ring video doorbell. He told the young man named Jared, "Sorry I can't meet you in person because I'm at work." Then he jokes, "I get to see your face, but you can't see mine," before letting out an evil laugh. Pedro proceeded to interrogate and grill the nervous date. "Where are you guys going?" Jared answers, "To the row house and then maybe a movie." His daughter, Grace, appears and leans into the video doorbell. "Hello," she responds before her dad says, "Hello, my young butter. Just hold on 1 minute." Pedro continues, "Which movies you guys going to see?" Jared, being the sly guy he is, answered, "Toy Story." "What time you guys going to be coming home?" Pedro prodded. 11. Jared continued to cruise through the questions with the most innocent answers. Pedro tries Jared again. I heard 10:30. When Jared thinks the worst is over, Pedro slathers on the parent overload, saying all the things overprotective parents say, such as, I got a good picture of you, and I know people everywhere. Then, the cringe moment of Grace's father saying, I love you, in front of her date, as if she couldn't feel any closer to 5 years old. Then Pedro warns, don't make me look for you, because you know I will. As the young couple start to walk towards the car, Pedro makes a final desperate move for the sake of protecting his daughter. He tells his son Jordan to take a photo of the license plate before they leave. The total interaction took about 3 minutes, but for Jared and Grace, it may have seemed like eternity. All of this was done without the father ever stepping foot in front of the young men. Talk about parenting from afar.